YouTube, it's your girl Kimberly, and I'm going to talk about my favorite eyeshadow palettes right now. So if you want to know more, keep watching. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you want to hear any more videos about hair care, nail care, tech, travel, style, fashion, food, all of the above, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also hit the like button if you like this video so I know I can make more videos like this and that you'd be excited to see them. Alright, so 3 favorite eyeshadow palettes right now. I'm going to start off with the oldest. So I looked at the back of this to see if there's like an expiration date, but there's not. But you know, best practice, 2 years. This eyeshadow palette is way older than 2 years, and I'm seeing that people are paying up to $80 to $90 for them, even because they stopped making them at MAC, and people absolutely love them. So granted, you could go and create this palette on your own, but I really love this. So it is the MAC 15 shade warm neutral palette. So I'm gonna just show you guys this. This is one of my favorite palettes. Whenever I go on vacation, I always bring this one because I'll angle it down so I don't blind you guys. Basically, it has the best warm neutrals, and a lot of my other palettes, I have a lot of bright colors and over-the-top shades, and I always need neutral shades to like balance it out. Because I mean, today I'm doing pinks and purples, but usually it's like a pink and browns, or a purple and some pinks, or purple and some browns, pink and some browns, blue and some browns. Always want to put some browns in there for some reason, but I can do that with this palette. So and if I just want to make normal neutral gorgeous like everyday looks, this is the best palette for that. So MAC makes top 5 best eyeshadows in the game. That has not changed ever. I don't think there's too many other companies that are doing better than them. So I always love the MAC eyeshadow, and I always want to come back to them. Saddle and Bark, they have so many shades that are just classic that I love, and I will always buy MAC eyeshadows, just always, no matter what. Next 2 favorite palettes are both from Pat McGrath. So I'm going to start off with the Mothership Divine Rose 2. So I do have the original Divine Rose and the Divine Rose 2, but Divine Rose 2 is my favorite. As you will be able to see, one shade basically is dug out of that hieroglyphic kind of shade is, oh sorry, the ring light is making it weird. Okay, let's do it this way. How is that? Okay, that's a little better. But the hieroglyphic shade right there, this one right here, is my favorite eyeshadow from Pat McGrath of all time. But in general, this is just a gorgeous palette for beautiful pink looks. One of the pink in the middle of my eyeshadow look came out of this palette. This is phenomenal colors. They always look gorgeous no matter how you mix them with each other. If you mix them with other palettes, it is just the best top tier eyeshadow palette. And I'm gonna be so sad the day when it like has to go the way of the side of the road, because I just can't imagine living without this palette. My next favorite palette is the Pat McGrath Celestial Nirvana palette. This was a holiday palette from 2023, if I'm not mistaken. And I love this thing. So the reason why I love this palette is because it's basically 3 palettes in one, right? So you have this 6 is a shadow palette, this 6 is a palette, and then this 6 is a palette. But you can also intermingle. I love to use that blue with that purple, and then sometimes put a little bit of like that brown. So you can also use all the shades together in different ways and not just in their little palette collection. But this is the best way to buy Pat McGrath, hands down. Even though the packagings end up being paper compared to the traditional plastic of her more expensive palettes, you get all of the brilliance of a $125 palette, but you get more shades, and you get it for $79 or $80. So I will always say, if you're a fan of eyeshadow palettes and you are skeptical about spending the $125 for Pat McGrath, traditionally get the holiday palette. But I will say the $125 palettes are always worth it. Once you start to have a couple of them though, her color stories do get a little repetitive. So there's a lot of pink shadows, so you might want to only get a couple, but hands down favorite eyeshadow. So Again, these are my 3 favorite eyeshadow palettes right now. If you are an eyeshadow girly and you have an eyeshadow palette that you're still loving, drop in the comments below, let me know the name so that way we can talk about it. All right, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.